Hi, welcome to another Wednesday with Wilna. And today I have another little page that actually made it into the workshop, but I took it out because I wanted to share it on my blog. And it's also like a little advertisement for my class and a little bonus. So it's like this all-in-one page. So this is a background that I actually recreated it for the class because I didn't film the actual background when I made it. So I just thought, let me quickly do another one, just film it. But then I had extra background, right? And then I thought, well, let me use it. So I'm using gelatos and I'm using from an ombre effect from light to dark. Coloring rather hard and then just a tiny bit of water on it. So you really want to have a very light wrist and clean your brush between every color, and then I just quickly with 3 brush strokes just blended it all in. Clean your desk and just let it dry, you know, so just splattering a little bit here and there, and now you just want it to dry. And once it's dry, we're going to have fun with it. So I bought this paper pack called Hello Love by Create Paper, which is their Valentine. And then I love the little samples on the front of the cover. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut out, I need 9 pieces. I started with 6 initially, and then I added 3 more, and I'm just going to cut out these little pieces and I'm going to embellish on top of them. So that's a very cool idea, just to use those little pieces, because then you don't have to cut up, you know, a big sheet of paper for a 2 by 2 inch square. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. See, very economical and everything. Anyway, so just after this clip, I'm quickly going to show you the promotional video for my workshop. And I just want to say that this is not a Valentine workshop, even though it's in time for Valentine and it's love themed. But because it's love themed and not Valentine themed, I feel that you can really jump into it any time of the year. So this is just a good reminder of it. So I'll quickly show you the little promo, and then I'll come back and explain to you how to finish the layout. Well, isn't that fun? I just love that little promotional video. I love the music that I got for it. Okay, so this is a chipboard from Create Paper from probably 2 years ago, 1 year ago. You see, I hoard Valentine product, okay? This is like a confession of a shopaholic, of a scrapaholic, of a Valentineaholic. I love, love, love. And you know what, it just infuses me with creativity when I see those beautiful products. So that is one of the products that you can find in the workshop that I created, a beautiful bouquet, and I might sell them on my blog. So if you don't want, not on my blog, on my website, iHeartStudio. So well, let me just see, but I might, otherwise they're just going to be exclusive for the workshop. So now I have this little drawer. You can see it in the bottom left hand corner of the screen, And it's filled with embellishments, and I'm just digging in there and I'm just picking out little things here and there to see how creative I can get with you know, the little squares, and the goal is really to crowd them and to layer them and to just have absolute fun with it and get rid of your stash a little. Beautiful sticker sheet, also Hello Love by Create Paper. I thought it was just love. I just saw after I'd done like all the videos for the class that it's called Hello Love and not just love. But anyway, I'll have a link on my blog in the related products. I'll have all the related products linked there. So a little flourish here, a paper clip in the form of a heart. You know, there's so many beautiful products that you can use, and it's such a fun little idea. And this page should have been in the square where we work with squares chapter in the class. So if you're in the class, if you've taken the class, you would know exactly what I mean. But I love the idea of working with square as a design element. It really it makes things easy, you know. You don't really have to think about it, because basically I decided to do a lot of squares, and now I'm just going to embellish them, and that's it, you know. How fun is that? So in the end, like I said, I added 3 more squares, and you can see when I added my photo, it was just not enough. They were just too small. And then I thought, let's go big or go home, you know. Let's just do it. It's just all my empty pages make up for these busy ones. So you know, I do allow myself a little excess now and then. And this is like splurge. It's like cheat day, right? Okay, so let's just put everything in the kitchen sink on this page. And that's basically what I did. Okay, so layer upon layer upon layer. And this is one of my favorite techniques. And that's what this class is all about. It's really my favorite techniques. Things that I do over and over again, not just because I love it, but because it works. Or maybe it works because I love it, or maybe I love it because it works. But those techniques, that's what this class is all about. To be quite honest, after I finished the workshop, I thought to myself, I don't know what I'm ever going to teach ever again, because I taught everything that I love and know in this workshop, you know. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm adding another stripe piece, and I love that stripe piece because it really makes it pop, you know. And I'm just going to add the gold glitter heart transparency over it, and then here and there a little bit more. This chipboard is also by Maggie Holmes from her Shine collection, and you can see how it's coming together. Hey, a little rhinestone there. And I love to use hot glue, as you probably know. There's a flare, and then and I didn't use the flare, I used that chipboard. I love to even adhere my chipboard with hot glue, because after a couple of years some of these stuff just falls off, and I absolutely hate it when that happens. Okay, so now I'm starting to adhere the little squares. They're done with the embellishment part, and then I'm going to take out my sewing machine and I'm just going to run it through, because I really want to just create that square look, you know. And I thought it would be cool if I can just bind them all together with some stitching. So that's what I was thinking. So I trimmed my page a little smaller so that it's 11.5 inches and by 11.5 inches. And now I'm just going to adhere it to the background paper. And I love this striped background paper. It's by Basic Grey. So I just bought like 100 of it from scrapbook.com. Well, not 100, or maybe 100. I don't know. I can't say. I don't want to say. And I'm just going to add it. And you see how it picks up the stripes in the little squares. And I just love that. And now I'm just going to quickly take my sewing machine and I'm just going to sew around the square. And that way I'm just going to sort of, I don't know, contain it a little. Plus I'm making double sure that nothing falls off the page. And that's very simple, And then I'm going to add my journaling just at the top and then a little bit at the bottom. And I'm going to add a title. So a very simple page, actually, even though it doesn't look like it, but it truly is. All the pages that I make in this workshop looks very intricate and difficult, but in the end, you know what, my scrapbook style is very simple, and you can make this layout in 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's not difficult. It's very, very simple. It's just the way that it's put together that it looks so, I don't know, difficult or intricate, I guess, but it's not. So I'm just gluing those little threads of the sewing machine. I'm just going to glue it because I want it on there. I love the messy look. And there you go. Now I'm just going to look for a little title, and I did find one just in white that says lovely. First I'm looking, those are stuff that I print and cut, use my print and cut for, but in the end I just use, I think, a paisley, pink paisley, and just the word lovely. Just going to stick it down. It's foam, so it's quite nice. And now I'm just going to add my journaling, and then I'll show you the detail. So here's a detail of just a page, the finished page, little shiny with the gold hearts and the gold butterfly. And then here you can see the finished page with the journaling added as well. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube video, and thank you for enrolling in the class if you've done it. And if you haven't, then think about it. It's going to be lots of fun. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.